Skywriter to write How Do I Land. We did that. I rode a jet ski from Chicago to New Orleans. I did that. I drove a giant bus across America. But now it just seems like the world doesn't need any more absurdity. It's already so absurd. People die for no reason, and Donald Trump is fucking president. Like, if anything, I want someone to make sense of it for me now. And I realize now that I have a daughter, like, I'm the person who needs to make sense of the world for her, and it terrifies me because I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like, I'm so scared that first moment she looks at me and just goes, why? Like, why do people die for no reason? Why is the world like this? And so that's why we're keeping books away from her. And we're just gonna teach her how to talk. And all right, you guys ready for your next act of the evening? This woman is absolutely fantastic. Please put your hands together for the one, Caitlin Ackerman.
What is up, LA? How are you guys doing? I'm just gonna get into it. I would like to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I look amazing. Thank you so much. I'm actually, like, this is just how I dress. Like, I'm not coming from anywhere and I'm not going anywhere after this. Like, I didn't need to bring my purse up, okay? Like, I just did it. Like, why bother? Like, the whole outfit needs to be witnessed, you know? I actually get a lot of flack for dressing like this, mostly from guys who've made a career out of, like, wearing backpacks literally everywhere. But, like, one guy one time was like, where are you coming from, the Oscars? And I was like, where are you coming from? An Old Navy flash sale? Like, dress for the life that you want, you know? A lot of women compliment me, of course, and people will be like, how do you do it? Your outfits are so great. Like, where do you get your je ne sais quoi? And that's a great question. It is. And, you know, like all women, I actually have a secret. And my secret is that I'm clinically depressed. Yes, I am cripplingly mentally ill. Like, you know, in the morning when I get up, I'm just like, should I focus on unworking 31 years of emotional turmoil, or just like power clashing, Prince, like accessorizing with gold jewels? Yes to that. You know, that's just sort of what I do. I'm sad. I'm a sad girl. I do have a therapist, so like, don't worry. But since we live in LA, by therapist I mean a deck of tarot cards. They're really great. They only take Anthem Blue Cross, so sorry. Do you guys have therapists? Anyone here? You all need them. I was recently at work, and my coworker was like, how are you doing? And I was like, I'm gonna dig myself a grave and bury myself in it. And then he starts saying, he's like, well, actually, like, you wouldn't be able to bury yourself. Like, you need someone else to come and help you. Just a typical misogynist coming in here trying to mansplain suicide to me, okay? Like, women can do anything alone, okay? We can come alone, we can build IKEA furniture alone. I can sure as hell kill myself alone. Thank you. Like I mentioned, and you should all know, we are in Los Angeles. I hope you guys know that. We're in LA, so anyone have crystals? Okay, all of you, come on, more. We're in LA, everyone has their little shiny rocks, right? Do I have them? Yeah. Do I believe in them? No. Did I still charge them in the moonlight like the gay couple I bought them from at the farmer's market told me to? Of course I did. It can't hurt, you guys. I was recently at a party. I go to parties, no big deal. I was at a party and this girl was like, guys, do you hate going to sleep alone more or waking up alone more? Which one do you hate more? I hate being awake at all. Okay? Being conscious is a burden. being awake, me no likey, right? Okay, it's just like, it's not for me. Okay, but all right, enough about me, a little bit more about me. I am sober. Surprise! I know, I do understand what I look like. I know I look like the girl who always has cocaine on her. I'm sorry. I can no longer help you with that. One thing that started becoming incredibly terrifying in my life, now that I'm sober, is when my friends say, hey, do you remember when you did that thing? And I'm like, nuh-uh. And then they say, oh, don't worry about it. I have it on video. No, your memories are my nightmares. We're all having fun now, you know? Guys, okay. So it's not that hard. There is one other subset of people I've noticed that measure time the way I do, and that is people with babies. People with babies, sober people, measure time the same way, right? Like you ask someone, how old's your baby? And they're like, 14 months, 6 days, 2 hours, 17 seconds, 525,600 minutes, okay? Has a different connotation now. I remember all the minutes of the year and everything I was doing in them. People will also ask me, like, why did you get sober? Because, like, I know people that party way harder than you. And I will reveal that in the month before I got sober, I told a man who I'd been dating for 4 days that I was in love with him, with full knowledge that he lived in his van. It was imperative that I make this life choice. I've seen some things, you guys. Mostly the inside of that van. The world is, how do you say, bad. Things are not good right now, you guys. We live in an America where there are literally 3 full seasons of Ashton Kutcher's The Ranch on Netflix. I mean, I'm just trying to get out of bed in the morning, you know? That's fucking crazy. I think about it constantly. The apocalypse is nigh. The apocalypse is nigh, dude. It is nigh, okay? It is gonna happen. I, for one, can't wait. One sign that I feel like, to me, signals the end of the world, this little trend I've noticed is straight white men and cryptocurrency. What is going on there? Are you okay? It's like, you have all the time in the world to learn about cryptocurrency, and you can't spend 1 hour a week in therapy? I mean, okay, like, Trevor, I don't want to know any more about Bitcoin. I just want you to take some emotional responsibility. Hell yeah. I do, unfortunately, fuck men. I regret it every time. Men are really something else. I know someone's dad who doesn't drink water. Like, that's fucking crazy. That's just like not what he does. Not what he does? Okay, it's fine. Yeah, but I have like sexual curiosity, and you know, just like sometimes it gets me into a pickle. Or gets a couple pickles into me. My pussy is a vat of vinegar. You're welcome for that imagery. Yeah, what can I say? I do actually, though, I have a fetish. You know, a lot of people these days are like, oh, I like to be choked. I like to say daddy in bed. It's like daddy, mommy, brother, sister, father figure, cousin, Aunt Linda. Like, we've all gone to middle school, okay? Not a fetish. My fetish is, it's sick, planning things ahead of time and sticking to it. When I am writing something down in my calendar that I know is going to happen, like, I am aroused. I am precipitating. Do you know what I mean? It stands. Never said that before about getting wet, but it stands, okay? these guys will be like, let's just play it by ear. I'm like, let's not play it by ear. I'm 31, I don't have the time to be flying by the seat of my pelvic floor, okay? I'm trying to live a life. Like, I know that like time is a flat circle, but in this lifetime we decided time was linear, so make some plans, you fucking cowards. You guys, before I leave, just one last thing I'd like to talk about. I actually am not dating that much. I find the idea of being with people repulsive. And this girl recently told me that she had, she was on a rampage, and she was like, oh my God, I've fucked 7 people in the last 7 nights, and they were all so hot and amazing. You can't find 7 hot, amazing people in one calendar year. Like, there's no way you're doing it in a week, okay? Like, that would have to be another fantasy realm. The only way I can imagine banging 7 hot people in 7 nights is if I had a meet cute with the Fellowship of the Ring in Middle-earth, okay? Take this journey with me. Night 1, start out strong, Gimli. First you're like, who is this short guy? But then you realize he's rich and he knows his way around a dark cave. Okay? Night 2, Legolas. Oh my God, so beautiful. The Timothy Chalamet of Lothlorien, if you know, right? Like, he's looking at himself in a mirror for most of the time, but it's okay, gorgeous cheekbones. Night 3, Frodo, gotta give one to the sad friend, you know? His eyes are hypnotizing, but he does cry afterwards. Night 4, King of Kings, Aragorn, bitches. It is the best you've ever had. The best, like a lot of intense eye contact, like too much, but the best you've ever had. Night 5, rest of the hobbits coming up in here, okay? We've got Peregrine Took and Mary Drop Brandybuck. They're climbing all up you like a tree. Samwise Gamgee, he just watches. Night 6, you're like reinvigorated from the group sex, right? And then you see Boromir. You're like, that guy is hot and he seems dangerous, because he is. Night 7, you're like, I think I'm done here. And then Gandalf presents himself to you, okay? He is a literal wizard daddy, and he's like, yo, I've been having sex for thousands of years. There's a crystal in my staff. Let's go, okay? He's like, thou shalt not pass. You're like, I'm gonna pass. He's like, thou shalt not pass. I'm gonna pass. I'm passing. You guys, I can't actually take credit for that. That was actually a little known Tolkien work called One Pussy to Rule Them All. You guys have been so great.